Hello, I'm Dr. Tuepenz,
And I'm Gaplord.
and we are
The Juice Crew Villans. I
was thinking in my head, like, nigga, you're not gonna win. I got you.
I never say the hoe. I got that Tony Satchery oregano. Fuck is a money problem. Speaking on flavor, bitches call me Baskin Robbins. Barbecue with the sauce. I got a fucking season cabinet in my house. You might call that your closet. Man, I'm dripping, plumbers can't fix my water faucet. You should proceed with caution. Hit you with the bat, man, if you think of robbing. Nigga, I'm dental flossing. Only picking up the phone when the money calling. If it ain't money calling, you can't even speak to me. Chat with my assistants. Cause money talks and the bullshit walks. And y'all niggas go the distance. I sit back reminiscing about the times when I was broke, now that's non-existent. Y'all niggas inconsistent. I got prison boys, gifted and I'm persistent. Bank account never insufficient. Married to the money, hoe can't get no commitment. Bitch, I'm ballin', check my statistics. Can't associate with.
Hey, so today we'll be talking about how are you oppressed? We would like to hear from everyone. How are they oppressed? How are you feeling oppressed? What's oppressing you? What's stopping you? So, but first, we'll get Dr. Tuepenz's opinion on his feels about that.
Man, thank you. It's a very interesting topic we're going to talk about today. And first, I like to start off by saying that most people are not oppressed. If I had to put a number on it, I would say 98.9% of people aren't as oppressed as they think. Yes, there are systems that are put in place to put people in oppressive situations, but for the most part, it's like you see the bear trap laying in front of you, and you choose to walk in it because you believe it's for your best interest. They tricking you. Think you're oppressed. And the reason I can speak on that is from my personal experience. I just think I was oppressed, and I was tripping. I was wrong for thinking I was oppressed. I was never really oppressed. I was just going through some things that, that everybody else is going through. So I understand why you think you're oppressed, but most people aren't. People feel oppressed because of the media. The media tells them they're oppressed. And so they think that, yeah, I'm oppressed because the media said it, and because of the Trump is so racist, he's done so much evil for the past 400 years that you haven't seen either. Most of you haven't even lived 10% of 400 years. And then most important thing I think people need to think about when they say this is when you say that you're oppressed, it's kind of like you submitting to your oppressor. So if I admit to being oppressed, then I have to have somebody oppressing me, and nobody's pressing me. I do the oppressing in my life. If anybody's going to be an oppressor, I'm going to be the oppressor. Nobody's going to oppress me. You can't oppress me.
So how about the people who say things like the judicial system is oppressing Black people? How would you respond?
I mean, I don't think so. I think they have laws that are created against poor people. You know what I'm saying? But, at the same time, don't do the crime if you don't want to do the time. I think if a lot more people had a focus on just not doing crime, then it'd be a little bit harder for you to get caught up in the judicial system. Is it fair? I mean, no. I'm in some situations where it wasn't that fair, but at the same time, if I hadn't been where I was at, I wouldn't be in that situation. I think when we put ourselves in a position of accountability, it helps us get through the problem easier because we'll spend more time focusing on the person saying, the judicial system, instead of looking at me and the people I'm around and the crimes we're committing.
See, and that's kind of how I look at it. It's like, we know there's a set of laws put in place, and it's like, just don't do crime. And what's crazy is it's not that difficult not to. I know that we oftentimes say that, poverty sometimes causes more crime, but it's not poverty. It's the morale. It's the morals of the people. And it's like, poverty isn't causing you to commit that crime. Only in America you see obese poor people.
It's crazy.
Yeah. So it's like,
poor, you fat.
Yeah. It's like, I've seen kids I've seen shanty towns and people with no shoes. And that wasn't big either. But it's like, yeah, it's like, that's a whole nother little.
But that's America. But that go back to the media. America is one of the few places where the media just rules the people. The people see something on TV, and because of the poor education systems that are based on ideals that make people weak. People are just so weak mentally and fragile mentally that you can just tell them anything and they'll believe it if it coincides with their emotions, if it appeals to their emotions. That's all you have to do is appeal to people's emotions, and you can tell them anything. So, for y'all that think y'all oppressed, come see me. I got a few mountains for sale as well.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I'm saying that you're oppressed is just you're mentally thinking it, so it becomes your reality. And you're telling yourself you can't do certain things, but there's nothing stopping me from doing anything I want to do. My potential is my potential. If I reach it, it's my fault. But then I can speak from my personal experience, which is real, which is a real Black experience.
Real Black.
Yeah, a blackity black. So
Friday of the next Black adventures.
Yeah, so it's like I'm not oppressed. Nothing's stopping me from doing anything.
Well, let me ask you this, man. What is some of the reasons you heard people say they're oppressed?
Some of the reasons I've heard, judicial system, lack of opportunity because of their skin color. What else?
I can't think of any. Because it's just like, most of them is like, when I think of them, it's like, man, hey, I done seen so many instances where that could be counteracted. And it's just like, I can't even think of real reasons. So I like to know, what's your top 5 reasons that make you think you're oppressed? What's your top 5 reasons for being oppressed? What are the top 5 things that are oppressing you in your life present day? And how are they stopping you? Even if you don't tell us, ask yourself that.
Yeah, that's a good question to ask yourself. Like, how am I oppressed? Like, what's stopping me from doing? Because oppression is like,
Yeah.
Yeah. Obstacle.
Yeah. Man.
So it's life obstacles that we all have to face.
Everybody. It's just, different stroke for different folk, man. I mean.
Yeah, and, man, I'll be almost ungrateful to be complaining with all this privilege I have. It doesn't even feel right in my soul to be saying that I don't have the opportunity to do anything. And, I've been around, and I can say most definitely I'm not oppressed. And I just want to see why other people feel like they're oppressed and what's oppressing them.
Yeah.
Especially here in the United States. I'm speaking, specifically here.
If you got a house and your kids got their own room, especially if you got multiple kids that got their own room, you're not being oppressed.
You have a garage.
Yeah. You can't be impressed with it. And it's hard to be impressed living in the house, first of all. Yeah. Period.
Very impressive.
If people are stopping you from living somewhere and buying food to eat, that's like oppression. People stopping you from buying clothes. Like, no, you can't buy these shirts.
We see a lot of people on TV though, with the 1% with these nice homes,
Oh yeah.
So it's like, it gives a false impression like that's the only way to be living. That's the only quality of life. And it's like, y'all don't understand just having, an acre or 2 of land and just having a decent house, like and you're having your spirit right. It's like, that's a righteous life. And it's like, I think we aiming for the wrong thing.
Because of TV?
Yeah.
People watch TV, they watch Power, they watch all these damn shows. It's just like, God damn, we can't keep being stupid. Even our parents, our grandparents watch TV. Man, one of the best shows I always tell people to tap into is F is for Family. And it's a show that goes over the period, the transition from black and white TV to color TV. It's deep.
Yeah.
It's deep, y'all. And it's now we're going from the transition from cable to the internet.
Yeah.
And look what it's doing to the people. Look what it's making you people become. People get on the internet and be feeling oppressed while they at work.
Watching movies at work.
feeling
Saying they're
oppressed, getting a paycheck.
Come on, man. Hey, so I watch my podcast. Boom, I'm on my computer.
Come on,
Hold on.
man.
I get to work from home.
I had a job I hated.
I
never said I was oppressed. I just said I didn't like the job. I didn't say they was a bad company. I just said I don't like the work they want me to do. That's it.
Yeah.
Even if I don't agree with them, even if I know I have a better idea, I can know I have a better idea, but it's just like it's not my business.
Yeah.
But y'all feel like y'all oppressed because of that. Because they want to take your good ideas.
Well, people also feel that they're oppressed because they feel like they're more so targeted by the police.
Let me tell you something. I live in Edmond, and
what is Edmond?
It's a suburb. It's a suburb community. I'm sorry, Edmond is a suburb community, and man, they targeted me one day. And when I say targeted, I mean they profiled me in the way that you profile criminals because of the way I was looking. Number one, I was riding through Edmond in a raggedy car that's in an area where there's not a lot of raggedy cars. Number two, I was a black guy riding around with my windows down with my hood on, and it was cold outside. What reason would one be doing that for? To air out the smell of drug paraphernalia. The cops saw that and they clicked on me instantly. They pulled me over. I didn't have insurance or a tag on the car. They searched my car. There were no drugs found. They let me go. That's what happened. And I didn't get an attitude because I knew I wasn't selling drugs. And that's what they said they stopped me for. They explained to me because I stayed calm and,
reacted appropriately.
I said, go please search the car. I don't have it. I'm just trying to go over and get some food for my family real quick. I'm a working man.
But you do recognize that you look suspicious.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And when they said that, I said, oh, that does make sense. Who's riding around in 30 degrees weather with the window down besides a person who's selling drugs? And it's in an area where people are probably doing that, and they've caught people doing it like that in that same kind of situation. So when they explained it to me, it made even more sense. So I was like, okay. Mm-hmm. So don't do that.
And it's like, although that's your unique personal experience, and somebody might have had a bad experience, with the cops. I can say I had
both.
I had both. Yeah. But it's like, I'm not going to count that one experience. It's like,
some people.
I've had more good than bad. And it's really based on most of your attitude a lot of times. And if you're black and you've been pulled over with your black homies, and we've all been with one who was tripping with the police. And I was telling my cousin explaining this to her, and I was just like, we've all been pulled over by a police officer with friends or homies, cousins, and they cursing out the police or they tripping, and you just sitting there like, man, chill out, because you know that they're wrong, but we never say anything, and we kind of ignore it and act like it's non-existent, but it's real. So imagine how many times these cops are experiencing things like this.
I can only imagine.
Why wouldn't you come up with a stereotype based off of all these experiences like this? And we're lying to say that it's not happening. That's the thing. We have to be real with ourselves. Like, and I'm not even no hood dude. I mean, I know I've been around, and I've been around. I got these people around, or been around these type of people. But it's like, I've seen it. Yeah, like I see, like I know, I've seen it. That's what I grew up around. Yeah, just, like so it's like kind of like I don't want a lot of.
It's like being a president or something. It's a tough job to be a real hood.
It's pretty stressful
because niggas gonna want to take you off. It's a game, and niggas gonna want to take you off. Somebody gonna want to test that shit, and you got to keep your rep up all the time. I'm good. I just want the money.
So you let us know what you think. How are you oppressed? What's holding you back?
I did have
who's oppressing you? Go ahead and sum it up then.
Well, I was going to say, it sounds like a lot of people just oppressing themselves. You are self-oppressed. If there's nobody in front of you stopping you physically, fuck them laws. Them laws is just lies. Always a way around it. It's just about people knowing what you're going to do with your life. I think one of the biggest issues a lot of people run into, they don't know what they want to do with their life. When you look at Jay-Z, and he started making his music in he's about 26, 20, when he kind of really start taking it serious. It was him taking something serious and putting his all into it, and that's what made him successful. It wasn't so much just Jay-Z being Jay-Z, because he's just chosen one. It was he focused himself a certain way. Same could be said, I like Benny the Butcher because he has like a similar path where he went to prison and all these different things. When he focused solely on the music, it propelled him to where he's at today. And you can do the same with yourself, but you don't want to. You rather, say you're oppressed because it's easier than getting out and doing the work like we're doing. So we could have said fuck it.
Yeah.
We could have said fuck it, but we finna get out and do what we gotta do.
You win some, you lose some, but
Don't
you gotta find
yourself.
out.
Don't oppress yourself. Don't allow yourself to be
oppress yourself.
Do it. But yeah, that's all I have to say. Shit, you know what I'm saying? So I guess like you said, let us know what y'all think. Share, subscribe, like, comment, let your people know. And
You feel me?
Unoppress yourself. Unoppressive.
That's unoppressive. Oh, he put on his glasses.
Yeah, I'm a stunner.
About to go brazy.
Okay, I started over. You ready?
You feel me? Walk around your New Balance.
The flow. Thank you.
Uh-oh. Your ass up on the floor and make your body rock. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Get your ass up on the floor and make your body rock. Uh-oh.
Hey, get the bum, make your body rock. Uh-oh. Get your ass up on the floor, make your body rock.
Uh-oh. Get your ass up on the floor and make your body rock. Uh-oh. Get your ass up on the floor and make your body rock.
It's true, coming right through. I don't wear black cause a nigga wear blue. And that shit is true. Coming through the block with me and my fucking crew. And we doing what we do and we rockin' full boo. And everything we do, we stay true. When we see you, we attack you cause you's a mark and you coming outside after dark. I fight like a motherfucking dog, I don't know bark. Guns on my hip, take them off, they gon' spark. Went to school, but I wasn't really smart. Nigga, your breath smelled like a fart. That's cause you don't brush your teeth. You niggas ain't from the fucking streets. You niggas really ain't from the east. You niggas better not fucking speak. Get your ass about the floor, make your body rock.
Oh. Get your ass up on the floor and make your body rock. Oh. Get your ass up on the floor and make your body rock. Oh. Get your ass up on the floor and make your body rock. Oh. Get your ass up on the floor and make your body rock.
Do it.
Shoulders move right.
Bop.
Bop.
Hit the moves.
Tell that bitch top.
Stop it.
Get off me.
Get off. Don't want ya. Need ya.
Don't want you, don't need you.
Don't need ya.
Told her, get out from my glass sight. Oh,
shit.
Scared me.
But we got
act like nothing wrong.
Nothing
Pull up in the 6'4".
In the 6'4".
Little thong. Little waist, little wrong.
Right. Uh-oh. Get your ass up on the floor and make your body rock. Uh-oh. Get your ass up on the floor and make your body rock.
Oh.
Get your ass up on the floor and make your body rock. More bars for me. It's that boy Drew, name start with a D. I done came down to the block. Started laughing, I'ma pick it back up. I done came through this bitch with some Douce in my cup. That's a real ass bar coming from real far. I'm a fucking real star. You niggas ain't hard. Y'all niggas all fraud. Y'all niggas ain't real. It's that boy Drew came down, diamonds in my grill. How the fuck you niggas feel? Now you know what nigga real. You know what nigga trill. Nigga hit you in your gills. Nigga talking about your lungs. Nigga coming for your funds. Nigga running in your house. And we shoot your mama's sons. Nigga got no big ass guns. Nigga, we don't fucking run. And we all about our funds. Nigga, fuck your fucking fun. Nigga, I'll fuck up the party. Oh, boy. The environment got me going gangster. Nigga went off.
The environment got me going.
These niggas stunt for the gram. Mugging while they taking selfies. Pointing they gun at the cam. All them little Ronald McDonald's. Got the max, but they some clowns. On 3, my nigga get gangster. While I push this red button down.